Okay, welcome back. My Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV on the PC. We're having a bit of a downtime here after all that chaos going on in ISHGARD, and so we've been sort of poking around trying to find our missing pals, Ida, Papalimo, and Minfilia. So we'll see. The word of the mother. Thancred and Kryl contacted us a short while ago. It would seem that their foray into Castor Meridianum bore fruit. They asked that we rendezvous with them in Y'shtola in IDYLLSHIRE, where they will share their findings. Rude though it is to depart without speaking to the guest of honor, I expect she will forgive me if I return with her daughter. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna return with her daughter, but you never know. So I've done, been doing some more stuff with the Dancer. I like that class quite a bit. The only problem is, like, since it's the same level as my highest level character, you don't get the plus 100% XP bonus that you get before 70. That's only for your alts. So I really just need to keep leveling the Scholar and the Summoner so I can get the bonus on the Dancer and we can all get to higher levels. It's sort of foolish to have a healer do the main quest, because healers can do dungeons quicker and easier than anyone else. You know, I think DPS gets the most benefit out of doing the main story. You know, getting the main story XP. But we went down this road. We're getting the 2-for-1. It is what it is. My apologies. I see I am the last to arrive. So, what news have you for us? Well, as we postulated, there were indeed what appeared to be the remnants of an unexplained disturbance in the ether at the scene of the Ultima weapon's destruction, a ripple at odds with the presiding pattern. Though faint, the waveforms bore a strong resemblance to those observed following the destruction of the Isle of Val, when I believe Hydaelyn shielded me with the Blessing of Light. To confirm our findings, we paid a visit to the Sildi aqueducts. There we detected the same waveform, but orders of magnitude larger, as one would expect of a more recent disturbance. Hydaelyn, there is no other explanation. But there is more. When I studied the site where Y'shtola used flow, it appeared that not 2 but 3 beings had been affected. Yet unlike Y'shtola and Thancred, there was no trail to follow. Our unknown third party was simply there, and then not there. Now recall your visions of a vast crystal floating in a sea of ether. Though this, too, is but a theory, studies of gifted subjects suggest that, when communing with Hydaelyn, we briefly leave our bodies behind. So let us consider the facts. 1. Hydaelyn interceded. 2. A third being was caught in Y'shtola's flow and vanished without a trace. And 3. Hydaelyn may have the capacity to summon the consciousness of gifted individuals to her side. You are implying, I take it, that Hydaelyn guided Minfilia into the compass of my magic, that she might summon her, body and soul, unto the ethereal sea. In which case we must needs continue our search there. For a blessing, the means to do so already exists. I speak of the Antitower, a Charlian construction conceived to provide scholars a vantage point over the ethereal sea. Though I know not where its entrance lies, we need only ask its last custodian, a contrary old crone who, for another blessing, refused to join the Exodus. Master Matoya was the keeper of the Antitower. I had no idea. Then our course is clear. We must petition her aid once again. Okay. The Antitower. That's, those are words. A lot of blue quests to do. There's always a lot of blue quests to do. But hey, we have Flying Nimbus, so it's all good. But yeah, Dancer I think does pretty good damage. Like I'm happy with it. The Dance finisher can hit for crit for like 9,000 damage at this point, which is awesome. Why, Nimbus? All right. Oh, what a surprise. Well, what secrets have you come to extract from me this time? Ah, though it pains me to admit it, your words strike close to the mark. We humbly ask that you grant us entry to the Antitower, that we might use it to seek a friend who we believe has been transported to the ethereal sea. And who told you I could do such a thing, I wonder? Yeah, great. Tower was abandoned to its magical keepers 15 years ago. They have the run of the place now. If that is no deterrent to you, then by all means. Is that all? I felt sure you would seek to dissuade us from our course, given your role as custodian. Role? Hardly. The Forum foisted the title on me. During the Exodus, every entrance to the Antitower was sealed, save one. My role consists of making sure no one with ill intent sneaks through it. Such was the Forum's final order to me. Well, I can remove the wards right now. Will you be going or not? We will, Master Matoya. We will do whatever it takes to find Minfilia. We'll see about that. Mangg can go. Take the magicless rogue, too, if you like. He's no use to me. The rest of you will stay and work, and I'll hear no argument. Those are my terms. Oh, and I should be delighted to accompany you. Lead the way, Mangg. Thancred, no. Your etheric flow has been compromised. Do not deny it. To venture into an environment so thick with ether, so close to the ethereal sea, would be to risk further impairment, or worse. But Minfilia could be in there, waiting for us. And you could die, and for what? If she's waiting beyond, Mangg will find her. Trust in him. Have faith. Damn it all. Bring her back to us. Nod. The Antitower. All right, let's read about the Antitower, I suppose. Okay, we got 3 bosses. One of them is named Ziggy. Oh, very nice. Very nice. First boss spawns ads, inflicts the toad debuff that can't be dispelled, and then spawns 2 ads. Must be killed to dispel the buff. Spawns 2 bubbles. Yeah, I guess just kill ads. That's really it. Ziggy spawns 3 stones with expanding AoE that need to be killed. Then he takes aim at one player and you have to hide behind a stone. Spawns ads. Okay. Third boss. Giant doll that starts out as 6 smaller dolls. Do various AoE patterns. Okay, so you're just killing them all. And then if you get a red eye or another player has a red eye, look away from her. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, so basically, okay. Alright. I got it. Let's do it to it. The Anti-Tower. Join and join. I mean, I'm not exactly clear on why it's called the Anti-Tower. Isn't an anti-tower just like a hole or something? I don't know. This just seems like a tower. Or a castle, really. Oh, we got a dancer in here. Right, I forgot how to play. I've just been playing too much Astrologian as my healer. This tank has 33,000 HP. That's pretty cool. Oh! Alright, guess I don't have to do much but AoE. Okay. Fascinating. Man. People must hate this place. You can't just like run through and get 30 enemies. Okay, I thought I removed the... Alright. Dude, they're paralyzing him like a mofo. Alright, this is the toad guy that just turns people to toads and you kill the ads and that's it. Watch out for the bubbles. Yeah, this seems sort of Hank and Spanky. Hanky and Spanky, my favorite sitcom. Oh, shit, I'm a frog. I'm a motherfucking frog. Kill them! Kill them! Alright, we're good. And I think that's the fight. Easy. All right. I guess Antitower is more apt. This is just some weird nonsense happening. It's like Psychonauts or something. You guys want to tank stuff? That would be good. This samurai is pretty terrible. I have I have damage meters, which are also against the terms of service. But again, as long as you're not like harassing people about it or anything. Well, I mean, I'm harassing this guy, but not to his face. I doubt he'll watch this video. Mostly, I like damage meters for on my astrologian to know who's doing the best damage and who's not, so I know who to give cards to. I like that a lot. And for playing with friends, you can chastise them as much as you want. But, yeah, he's not putting out great numbers. And I think that's sort of a common complaint with Samurai, is that a bad Samurai is kind of like a bad Black Mage. Like, they don't know what the fuck they're doing, and they do almost no damage, because they're just, like, hitting buttons. Whereas a Samurai... they have sort of a strict priority system of abilities, I guess. And if you just smash buttons, you're not really getting much out of the class. I don't know what he's doing per se. Oh, this was Ziggy, where we just killed the ads, yeah. Probably should kill the ads. There we go. I feel like I've healed like twice in this dungeon. So he wants to hide behind a rock. He's not hiding behind a rock. Oh, he hid behind the rock. And the crazy, like the samurai's not doing that much damage, even though he has the dancer as his, you know, the dance partner. So he's getting damage buffs from the dancer, but it's still not much. Okay, fuck. This might get complicated. Okay, I know we managed to handle it. We got it. It didn't get complicated. I threw like one heal out there. I gotta say, it'll be nice, like, when you're max level. I don't know how max level does it right now. But it's like, you get all this loot in these dungeons and stuff, and none of it means anything, even though I just hit 60. It's all just like, oh, get tomestones and then go and buy the best gear possible. I don't think that's probably how it is right now at 80. Maybe I'm wrong, but... When did I get 3 ether flow? What the fuck? I haven't done anything. I didn't even heal this guy because I was distracted. The reason you can't see the damage meters is because it's not actually an add-on like in WoW. It's not hooked into the game that way. Well, I mean, it is hooked into the game, but not visually. It's actually just an overlay through a separate program. So I can see it, but you can't. Which I think is good, because it does, for me, it appears through the cutscenes, which doesn't really bother me. But that's good for the video. Yeah, this is a pretty easy dungeon, gotta say. We've had some tougher ones. Oh, maybe. Maybe it'll get more exciting here. Oh, see, he's dying. Oh, shit. The crappy samurai died. No. Like, all you really hope for in the loot is, like, a new minion or something. Okay, so this is very similar to a fight in Final Fantasy IV. I think that's the same music as well. So they very randomly just shoved it in here. It might be the same name. I'm not as intimately familiar with 4 as I am, like, 6. It very well could be the same names and, like, the same setup. That's cool. Alright, now we get the big one. Yep, that's definitely how it looked in 4. Like the gray purple body. That's cool. I love all these callbacks. Oh. Okay, so our DPS has been turned into dolls. Should we be killing the dolls? It's a little unclear. I don't know, man. I'm just a sprout. Okay. Probably we shouldn't have killed the doll. I got you. I got you. Don't worry. Okay. Ah, stop shooting me. Big heals. Oh, done. Yeah, nice. Yep. That was its same name. In the in Final Fantasy IV, there were the Kelkas and the Brinas, and then they merged into Kelkabrina, and they look just like that. And it also could charm characters. So they really just put that fight in Final Fantasy XIV. That's awesome. I like that shit. Hope we see a lot more of that. I'm sure we have. I just didn't realize it.
Hear, feel, think. Through time and space hast thou journeyed unto me, as I knew thou wouldst. We are the word of the Mother. We, who were once called Minfilia.
What the fuck?
Much time hath passed for thee since the bloody banquet, since I hearkened to her word. Mother, Hydaelyn guided me towards Y'shtola and Thancred, that I might be swept up in their flow and delivered unto the ethereal sea. There, adrift and alone, her voice silent once more, I prayed for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. To her I would make an offering. We speak now with one voice, one will, one word. Unto thee we bequeath the most precious of gifts, the truth which lieth at the heart of this world. Thus do we beseech thee once more. Hear, feel, think. Before there was life, in the depths of the ethereal sea, light and dark did once dwell as one. But the darkness coveted power, and the balance was broken. Thus was I forced to banish him unto the distant heavens, to forever remain apart, a moon bound. In sundering the star did we cry out, and the barriers twixt planes chanced to falter. Across 10 and 3 were we then divided, reflections of the source, each possessed of a shard. Zodiac longeth to be made whole. For his restoration, for his resurrection, his servants labor without cease. They seek to tear down the barriers which surround the source. Thus do they rejoice in their ardor, in your calamities, for each marks a rejoining. Seven times have they succeeded. 7 times hath the darkness grown stronger. 7 times have I failed. The Ascians cannot be suffered to continue. This is my final. The crystal's power is all but spent. With what remains, I will return you to the shore of the ethereal sea. Blessed children, go forth and seek. Seek.
Thank the 12! Did you find her? Did you find Minfilia?
The word of the mother? I'm not sure I understand.
Nor am I. Cryo?
As unbelievable as it sounds, I see no reason to doubt her. The word's tale. No one was more sensitive to the will of Hydaelyn than Minfilia. And if Hydaelyn has grown so weak that she can barely make herself heard, it is not hard to see why Minfilia, having joined with her, might struggle to maintain her own form.
What? Why would she need to maintain her own form? Are you saying she's gone? But that cannot be! Not now. Not after all we have accomplished. We were meant to usher in the dawn's light together.
She threw herself on the fire to fuel your dawn's light, boy. You'll just have to usher it in on your own.
Must you be so ungentle?
Tell me about the Scions, boy.
The Scions of the Seventh Dawn lay before Eorzea's salvation. Whenever the realm is threatened, be it by Primal, Ascian, Garlean, or any other, we take up arms in her defense, that all in Eorzea may live to see a brighter tomorrow.
And that's very noble of you. But in chasing after these lofty goals of yours, you seem to have lost sight of some basic truths. To win a war, you must be willing to do whatever it takes. To fight, to kill, and if necessary, to die. The path you've chosen is paved with the dead. Walk it with your eyes open, or not at all.
I know the truth of which you speak, and have from the first. If the Ascians will go to any length to resurrect their god, then we must needs be as committed to our cause, to unmask them and their schemes, and to crush them both utterly. Come, there is much to be done.
Yes, of course.
Thancred, wait! No, this is all wrong.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, dude. I don't think it's the last we see of Minfilia, though. She's not coming back, is she? Did what she thought was best. I know that. I do. To give all for her beliefs was ever her way. So will we, as we must. What greater calling could there be than to stand against the dark as defenders of the light? And yet, where does it end? The sacrifice, the loss. We got a poor Rogo, though. That's our little consolation prize for the tragic scenario that we've just experienced. We get a little frog minion. See how that works? You get the bad, you get the good, it all works out. I must ask that you not breathe a word to this to any of the others at the Rising Stones, especially Falhamin. I will brief Tataru on what we have learned, as well as Urange. He may have insight into what the word told us. As for you, Mangg, after all you have done, I would say you have earned a rest. But speaking of well-earned rewards, I received a missive from Sir Emmerich while you were away. It would seem he is planning a ceremony of some sort and would like you to attend. He did not divulge the details, preferring instead to explain in person. Mayhap you should pay him a visit. So something is definitely going on with Urange. He's like meeting with the Ascian ambassador and there was some other character there that we don't know, and it all seems a little shady. He could be evil, and we will slay him. Why did I go here? Just so used to going to the Astrologicum to do a class quest.
A pleasure to see you again, my friend. I take it you received our invitation. Good, good. You of all people should be present. When the true brothers of the faith seized control of the vault, I feared the worst. Yet in adversity were we blessed with the promise of peace between man and dragon through Vidofnir's timely rescue of an innocent child. Timely, I say, though miraculous or providential might better describe the event. The gods themselves could not have devised a more fitting symbol of hope. Needless to say, we could scarce let such an opportunity pass us by. Which is why I set about making formal arrangements for a peace conference between our peoples. You and yours have done more to bring us together than any, and it is only right that you attend. But I confess that is not the only reason I would be glad to have you there. Given Nidhogg's implacable opposition to the peace, it is possible that he and his followers may attempt to disrupt proceedings, in which event your presence would be a comfort to all in attendance. Pray understand, I have no wish to invite the worm's ire, but if our fractured nation is to heal, if we are to move forward as a people united, then we must do whatever is necessary to bring about lasting change. "'Tis nothing, 'tis nothing." Lucia cautioned me against giving vent to my passions, lest my wounds reopen. It has not been easy reaching out to our opponents in ISHGARD, many of whom sympathized with the actions of the true brothers. But in so doing, we have limited the influence of the zealots. The people are ready, my friend. This conference must go ahead. I knew you would understand. The conference will take place on the border of ISHGARDian and DRAVANIAN territory in Falcon's Nest. Lucia is there seeing to the final preparations even as we speak. Pray join her at your earliest convenience. 'Twould not do for the guest of honor to arrive late, after all. Oh, and one more thing. A drink. We should make time for one. Once the conference is concluded, I mean. By my reckoning, 'tis long overdue.
Good old Mangg. Alright, Falcon's Nest. For a nice dragon-human meeting. Peace conference. I mean, from what they said, Nidhogg, like, fucked off to some other world. Or not world, but, like, some other region for unknown reasons. But I guess maybe that was just like a feint. The Lord Commander said you would come, Mangg. As you can see, preparations for the conference are proceeding apace. Mark well the curtain above. It conceals a relief that will be unveiled during the conference. The masons labor day and night to see it finished on schedule. Sir Emmerich wanted a symbol which would endure long after this conference is concluded. I think you will be pleased with the result. It was not my war, but I made it mine, and to see it draw closer to a resolution fills me with a strange hope. His faith is infectious, is it not? His certainty that we can be better than we are. Forgive me, I am rambling. You must be tired from your journey. Go, rest. I will not keep you. Nod. Alright. Staunch conviction. If you would rather not take a rest, then why not take a walk around Falcon's Nest? Make your presence known to the people and so forth. In addition to those who have come from far and wide to attend the ceremony, you must meet Lords Artoirel and Emmanuel, who have graciously volunteered their services. They should be glad to see you. Now, if you would excuse me, I must needs return to my duties. I am glad to see that the rumors were true. Well met, Master Mangg, and fear not. I have no intention of begging your aid with this or that. Everything appears to be in order. My only lingering concern is that one of the convictors might not have been informed of our plans. As I recall, Vidofnir may pass directly over their encampment. The last thing we need is a glory-seeking nobleman attempting to slay a DRAVANIAN ambassador to a peace conference. Yeah, that would be an international incident. You know when everything's set to begin? I wasn't sure how many might come, so I thought it best to come early and find a spot with a great view. When I heard that Sir Emmerich was planning to make a speech, I knew I couldn't miss it. I mean, the man risked his own neck to rescue those hostages. How often do we get heroes like that in this day and age? And he's more than a fighter, too. He's a thinker, he is. He's got plans to better our lives, to change things, and he'll do it, by the Fury. Me and my friends and family, we all believe he can do it. I'm a hero. I'm a hero. Bloody exciting, isn't it? Not just peace with the dragons, but with all them heretics besides. Don't misunderstand. We've all got a healthy fear of being bathed in dragon fire. That being said, the heretics did far more to hinder our efforts here in the past, so hearing that we're close to a reconciliation comes as a great relief. I pronounced reconciliation pretty weird there. Artoirel. How much has changed since we fought alongside each other in the vault? If you had told me that we would soon be hosting a peace conference, I would have thought you a naive fool. Yet here we are, preparing to make that fantasy a reality. Ha! And here I am, laboring to make it so. Nod. Lord Artoirel, if I may. Certainly, First Commander. How may we be of service? Some of the convictors are refusing to stand down. The majority were willing to do so, but a small party have instead pledged to engage any Dravanians bound for Falcon's Nest. Fury, take me. They would defy Sir Emmerich's commands? If they dare attack Vidofnir. It will not come to that, but to see that it does not, we must needs hasten to their encampment. They should be far more reluctant to oppose us were a lord of House Forton present. I understand completely. Let us depart at once. But ere we do, I must ask, would you look after Emmanuel while I am away? As you know, he has been an impulsive, changeable child, but recently he seems to have been suffering from a bout of melancholy. I thought to lift his spirits by having him assist with guard duty, a simple but honorable charge, unlikely to expose him to danger given the presence of so many other knights. Alas, he has taken no interest, and I fear he may abandon his post in my absence. All I ask is that you keep an eye on him until I return, exhausting though that may be. Thank you, my friend. I promise we will not be long. Alright. Once more, a favor. I'm rather busy at the moment, old boy. Guarding this tavern, as it were. Oh, I see now. Artois thought I might be derelict in my duties, eh? The nerve of my brother to question my dedication. But since you are here, mayhap I can put you to proper use. The wasteland beyond the walls must be kept safe for travelers, yet I have been forbidden from leaving Falcon's Nest. It wouldn't do for our esteemed guests to be devoured by wolves, oh no. Yet that is precisely what will happen if we do not call the roaming packs. Your map, if I may. Right. There, those are the points our scouts marked for patrol. I'll leave you to it, old boy. Come, Honorroy. I must return to my rounds. Why am I being sent out on patrol? Oh dear. Do be careful, my lord. Fucking like greatest hero in all of Eorzea, and I gotta go stand watch for wolves. Oh boy. But we'll dance our asses off for those wolves. It'll be like dances with wolves. That would have been a better reference to make right away. Anyways. Oh, kicking ass, taking names. Oh my god. Oh my god. The carnage. Jesus Christ. Jesus. Alright. Show you what we do. We just hit him with the one, hit him with the thing, and dead. Look at that, 8,300 non-crit. Delicious. It's delicious. And you get to do that every 30 seconds, and it's AoE. It's just great. It's just great. Mangg, Wolf's Bane. It pleases me to inform you that I have completed my rounds, and that all is well in Falcon's Nest. Oh, and there was a grizzled fellow looking for you. You know, the one who made that arsonist confess. Clever, that. Thancred, was it? Anyway, once I noticed the garish weapons he was sporting, I deemed it a waste to leave him be. I dispatched him to an area I neglected to mark on your map. Yes, this one. If you hurry, he might still be there. Okay, great. Nice and relaxing. Just flying casual with the behemoth. Music playing. Fancy meeting you here, man. It was fortunate I came when I did. These two would not have fared well against the wolves on their own. The young lord wasted no time taking advantage of you, did he? And me, I suppose. Let us return to Falcon's Nest, then, and see what other thrilling tasks he may have for us. Why did I have to fly out here? And there they are, a pair of gallant heroes if I ever saw them. Comrades in arms, reunited at last. By your selfless sacrifice have you guaranteed the safety of our many guests. On behalf of ISHGARD, I thank you both. And with that, there is naught left to do but to enjoy our well-earned respite. For those we have lost. Oh, and this should of course go without saying, but let's keep those last few favors between us, yes? Our Twerell wouldn't understand. Right then, the first floor of those barracks has been converted into a tavern for the duration of the conference. Why don't you go and have something to eat? For once, a suggestion with which I agree. Go on ahead, Mangg, I'll join you anon.
Welcome, welcome! Find yourself an empty seat and I'll be with you in a moment. Cold out, isn't it? Here, a mug on the house. Let's get some colour back in them cheeks. Afraid food will be a bit longer than usual. We've got a lot of hungry folk to feed, what with the conference and all. Oh, so many people with cause to celebrate. To think there could be peace in our time, after all them years of fighting. When I heard about the conference, I knew I had to come. I knew I had to be here, to do my bit. My husband, he died fighting the dragons, you see. And here we are, about to break bread with him.
I don't think that was something to smile about. That sounded pretty ominous.
You were right, my lord. You look tired. Reckon you could do with a good long rest? After all you've done, I'd say you've earned it. Sleep now. Sleep. Sleep and leave us to our affairs.
That's not good. That's not going to be good for anyone.
This was never your fight.
My son. They told me he walks in Hallone's halls. Him and the rest of his unit.
They told me the same.
I expect they think it's comforting. Every time I come, I cry. I cannot bear to remember, but to forget would be 1,000 times worse. Yet that is what they would have us do. Accept this truth for the sake of peace. Bury the past and look to the future. But he was my future. My flesh and blood. My heart.
Is this it? We're the only ones with the courage to oppose this madness? Cowards, a lot of them.
They think only of the prize, of the peace Sir Emmerich promises them. They know in their hearts it's a lie, but they go along with it anyway, desperate fools. But not I. Not I! I see the worm that killed my brother in my dreams every night, and I will not rest until he lies broken at my feet. Him and every last one of his accursed kin.
All this nonsense about Kings of Eld, as if I care what they did or didn't do, makes no difference to me and mine. Have the dragons sued for peace in 1,000 years? Are they bollocks? It's a bloody ruse is what it is, and Sir Emmerich and the rest of them bloody fallen for it.
But what can we do? They believe, and naught we can say will ever change their minds. Whether we like it or not, man and dragon will come together at Vulcan's Nest, and all will be forgiven. Forgiven and forgotten.
No. I will not let that happen. They will remember the true face of the enemy. I will show it to them. And we will rise up against them once more.
Hey! Hey! This is no time for napping. Do you have your wits about you? Good. Come with me. We have a crisis on our hands.
Hear me, brothers and sisters. Do not be fooled by the honeyed words of the Dravarnians. The peace they promise is but a prelude to slaughter. Remember your husbands and wives never returned from war. Your children torn apart by fang and claw. All your loved ones shown no mercy. Does not your heart cry out for vengeance? Your blood boil at the injustice? Remember the face of your enemy, brothers and sisters. Remember it, and strike back!
You there! Don't just stand around gawping! Do something, man! Stop her!
Yes, my lord.
Why would that be the right thing to do?
See here the true nature of the Highborn. With lies and deception they lead us to our doom. And dare we raise our voices in dissent? Death is our reward. This is the choice they have given us, brothers and sisters. Death by dragon's fang, or death by nobleman's command. Death to all we hold dear. I spit on your choices, noblemen! You will take no more from me! No more! No more!
What have you done?
I only did as you ordered, my lord.
I gave no such order. I did not. I never meant for anyone to...
I mean, truth be told, I think it was a little, like, rushed with these fucking peace talks. Like, why are you trying to rush the peace talks? And you're bringing dragons into the city, and look how great the dragons are. They save us, and, oh, let's just forget everything. We're all buddies now. It's like, dude, it's not how you do it. Like, just announce a ceasefire or whatever, you know, no offensive maneuvers. The other side hopefully does the same, and then, like, you know, a decade from now, you're like, all right, let's just sign a treaty officially. I mean, like, North Korea and South Korea are still technically at war. You know, they just have like a temporary ceasefire still or something. So, why are you rushing peace talks? I dare say that could not have played out any worse, given that the First Commander and Lord Artuel are not here to take control of the situation. I spoke with a messenger who said that they would be returning shortly, but until they do, naught will be done. Lord Amanalain has retreated to the barracks and is refusing to speak to anyone. Therefore, it falls to us to ensure that order has been fully restored. Come, let us walk the streets and speak with the people. Alright, I'm sure they're receptive to this whole situation. I'd heard the rumors that the young lord was a drunken fool. What imbecile thought it would be a good idea to let him have the run of Falcon's Nest? Well, I say him and Sir Emmerich take their bloody change and shove it up their arses. I may not be taken in by that rot again. They were wrong to resort to violence, but when I heard her speak, her words were as a dagger in my heart. Who are we to decide that enough is enough? That their calls for justice can never be answered? Will this be the end of it? Or will there be others like them and the true brothers? I do not want to bear steel against my kinsmen ever again. I do not know if I ever can. My wife and I fell with fleeing with the others at first. The Coeurgians tended our bruises afterwards. Those mad fools have ruined everything, and for what? Well, what say you? So the violence is past, but the people are far from recovered. That is to be expected. For the moment, it appears that no innocents were harmed by their guards. The blame for all casualties can be placed squarely on the protesters. Nevertheless, people will not soon forget the image of a young lordling ordering the public execution of an unarmed protester, one whose words resonate with the hearts of many. This is getting a little too real again. You know what I was saying before? Like, it's just getting a little topical now. After all, who among us has not lost loved ones? Alrighty. Crazy stuff. Fucking ISHGARD, man. Let's go back to Costa del Sol and just hang out till this all blows over. Alright. Well, it's not going to blow over anytime soon. I think next video will probably just be finishing up, like, patch 3.2 stuff. And then the following video we'll get to do another dungeon and trial, I think. So, yep. Again, this is all leading up to whatever I don't even know I don't know what Stormblood is. I didn't know what Heavensward is. I don't know what Shadowbringers is. I don't know what any of the expansions are, or where they take place, or what they're about, or anything. So this is all just new, original stuff, which is cool. I like that I don't know jack shit. But, alright. My name is Mangg. Game watching has been Final Fantasy XIV. See you fine folks in the next part.